The sound of laughter from the living room used to warm my heart. It meant family. It meant love. But that day, as I stood at the edge of the hallway listening, that laughter felt like knives twisting into my chest. They were laughing at me in my own house. My name is Harold Bennett, a 72-year-old retired carpenter. I built this house with my own hands 50 years ago. Each nail, each wooden beam, every inch soaked with sweat and memory. It was where my late wife Margaret and I raised our son Daniel. I thought one day when I grew old, Daniel and his family would fill this home with warmth again. But ever since he married Tina, things had changed. Tina was beautiful, young, and sharp-tonged. At first, I thought she was just outspoken, but over time, her words turned sharp, especially toward me. She didn't like my old ways, as she called them. Didn't like how I told stories about Margaret. Didn't like how I interfered when I offered advice about fixing the house. What she really didn't like was me. One Saturday evening, I was sitting on the porch when I heard Tina talking loudly on the phone inside. "Yeah, it's awful living with him," she said, her voice dripping with disdain. "He's always in the way. Acts like he owns the place." My heart clenched. Owns the place. I did own the place. I built it, paid for it. Even now, after retirement, I still paid the property taxes and bills. I had only allowed Daniel and Tina to move in because they were struggling financially. But the more comfortable they got, the less respect they showed. The breaking point came one Sunday morning. I was sitting at the breakfast table when Tina stormed in holding a laundry basket. "Harold, I told you not to use my washing machine for your clothes." "Your washing machine?" I blinked. "That's the same one I bought 10 years ago." She crossed her arms. "Well, it's ours now, and I don't want your dusty work clothes messing it up." Daniel, my son, sat quietly behind his newspaper, pretending not to hear. Something inside me broke, not because of the words, but because of his silence. I looked at him. "Son, is this how it's going to be now? You let your wife talk to me like this in my own home?" He lowered his eyes. "Dad, please don't start." Start? I had never felt smaller in my own house. That night, I made a decision. I was done being disrespected, done being treated like a burden. If they wanted to act like they owned the place, fine. I'd show them what ownership really meant. For the next few weeks, I played along, quiet, polite, distant. Tina seemed pleased, thinking she'd won. Then one afternoon, I called my lawyer, Mr. Clark, and told him to begin the process of transferring the house, but not to Daniel, not to anyone in the family, to charity. Specifically, a foundation that helped homeless veterans. I didn't need much. Just a small cottage nearby would do me fine. When the paperwork was ready, I waited for the right moment. It came on a sunny Friday. Daniel and Tina were in the living room planning a barbecue party for their friends. I walked in with a calm smile. "Tina," I said, "you might want to clean up after your party. The new owners will move in next month." She frowned. "New owners?" Daniel looked confused. "Dad, what do you mean?" I handed him the official documents. "I sold the house." "You what?" Tina nearly screamed. "I sold it. Every brick, every inch. The money is going to a veterans charity." Daniel's jaw dropped. "Dad, you can't just, this is our home." "Our home?" I chuckled. "You said I act like I own the place." So I decided to fix that misunderstanding. Tina's face turned pale. "You can't kick us out?" "Oh, I can," I said, my tone steady. "The new owners take possession in 30 days. I'll be moving to the cottage near Willow Creek. You're welcome to find your own place." Daniel stood frozen. For once, Tina was speechless. That month was awkward to say the least. Tina barely spoke to me. When she did, it was through clenched teeth. Daniel apologized several times, but the damage was done. One evening, he came to me quietly. "Dad, why didn't you tell me? I could have talked to her. We could have worked it out." I sighed. "Son, you had plenty of chances. Respect starts at home. If you can't stand up for your father, maybe losing this house will teach you what really matters." He said nothing, just nodded slowly and walked away. On the final day, when the moving truck came, I stood in the empty living room. My late wife's portrait still hung above the fireplace. I took it down carefully, brushing the dust from her smiling face. Tina and Daniel loaded their boxes into their car. Tina avoided eye contact. When they were ready to leave, Daniel turned to me. "Dad, I'm sorry. I should have defended you. I see that now." I smiled sadly. "You're still my son, Danny. Just don't let anyone make you forget where you came from." He nodded and walked the car. Before getting in, Tina muttered under her breath, "You'll regret this." I looked her straight in the eye. "No, Tina, you will." Months passed. I settled into my small cottage. Peaceful mornings, quiet evenings, and no disrespect. Then one day, Daniel showed up at my door alone. "Dad," he said, "Tina left me. She said she couldn't handle the downgrade." He gave a sad chuckle. "Guess she married the house, not me." I placed a hand on his shoulder. "Sometimes life takes things away to show us what's real," he smiled faintly. "Can I stay here a while?" I nodded. There's always room for my son. A week later, we drove past my old house. A group of veterans were outside repairing the garden. They waved when they saw us. I felt proud. The house was finally back in the hands of people who respected hard work, just like Margaret and I did. Daniel watched quietly, tears in his eyes. "You were right, Dad. Respect can't be demanded. It has to be earned." I nodded. "And sometimes it takes losing everything to realize what you had." That night, as I sat by the fire in my small cottage, I whispered to the empty room, "Margaret, I did what I had to do. Our home's in good hands now." The wind outside rustled the leaves softly, almost like her voice saying, "You did good, Harold." I smiled because for the first time in years, my house, my heart, and my peace finally belonged to me again. Moral respect isn't given by blood or by walls. It's earned through gratitude. Make sure to subscribe for more stories like this.